All right. Hi, everybody. This is Katrina, Sawa, the Jumpstart Your Biz Coach with jumpstartyourmarketing.com and loveyourselfsuccessful.com, my book. And today I want to share a quick video business tip about the other side of delegating, the perspective from the assistant. This is my newest assistant, Molly. And say hi, Molly.
Hi.
And now, most of you might not hire somebody in your office. Molly works in my office a couple days a week. We'll probably have her do stuff from home as well after a while. But Molly is not your typical assistant of what you might hire because she has her own business that is justpausetraining.com.
That's right.
Just Pause. She's all about dog training and dog nutrition, and she does coaching and stuff like that. But she wanted to come and work for me, and Lord knows why. I don't know, because I'm crazy. I have so many things going on. But I wanted to
learn.
To learn and grow. So let's find out from Molly. So when you're looking for an assistant and the way you come off to prospective assistants that you're interviewing, possibly whether it's on the phone or Skype or in person, what they're looking for, because it's not just about you. So, okay, Molly. So tell us a little bit about what you were looking for when you were trying to find a part-time job.
I was looking for somebody that was inspiring and somebody that could inspire me. Obviously, I'm inspired by a lot of people, but somebody that already had established themselves a little bit, and not necessarily for so many years, but just had already kind of, jumped into their own career. And I was looking for somebody that I could partner with or help them maybe get to the next level or whatever was bothering them that they needed to get done, like a task. I'm a great taskmaster, and I like to help people, and I'm really good at helping people remove things from their plate. So I was looking for somebody that was kind of in need of all the little tiny things, like the little details that I like.
And this is important to note because when you're looking for someone, usually we have this huge laundry list like I gave you last week, and I'll give you a link to it again, of the things you could delegate to a VA, right? And not any one person is going to fit that list, most likely. You're going to need multiple people to fit that list. So you look for maybe someone who's more technology-minded, who can do the technology stuff, someone who's more relationship-minded, who can do the phone or the emails, and someone who might be able to do sales and things like that. Molly's pretty versatile, which is kind of lucky that I got that. I think I'm kind of lucky there. Now, there's things that she has to learn. She doesn't know the shopping cart that I use and things like that. But because she picks up pretty quickly on other things, I have no doubt that, and she has a pretty good brain. I mean, some people don't have a brain. They just know what they know, and that's all they know. And then, I don't know.
Right.
So what else can you tell them about the interview process? Like, what have you seen? What have you noticed? What really turns you off to wanting to work with somebody and things like that?
I think somebody that's not as scattered. Katrina's very organized with what she has. Delegate. And live events were a big thing, and I think that was exciting because I love to do live events and I enjoy people. So if somebody wasn't going to do some live events or be connected with people, it probably wouldn't have been a good fit. But because she's so people oriented and having people be successful, that's what I was looking for. What else would have scared me is maybe just no direction, not giving enough direction. And that's important to me, is somebody that just, if you have 2 minutes to give direction to somebody, that's great. But I wasn't afraid to ask questions. So I think, people that aren't afraid, ask.
Yes, that is huge. Because you don't want to hire someone who's too timid to ask you questions and just tries to maybe fumble around and spend 3 times as much time trying to figure it out rather than just ask you to simply solve the problem.
And allowing me to go in and, call somebody and say, hey, I'm helping Katrina with a task and I need to get these things executed. And she allowed me to go in and, represent her, and she was confident in that. So that's important to me too, is giving me a little power, but
giving you power.
Just a little bit, not a lot, but just, saying, hey, I'm in this team.
Not micromanaging,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Micromanaging is bad. I did that with my first assistant. They would sit here at the desk and I would be on top of them going, what are you doing? Oh, you should move that. And da-da-da-da. That's
Right,
not a good thing to do.
Right. That's a tough one. I mean, I could be micromanaged. Everybody needs to be micromanaged in the beginning, and then you have to kind of, cut them loose.
Right.
So, yeah.
One of the biggest things I think just came up today in a coaching call with a client is I was showing her some of the things that could be delegated. And I said, now you just need to write this down and teach it to somebody. And then you have your process. And she said, well, I could just do it myself for that amount of time. And I said, well, yes, but you'd have to do it over and over and over again. Instead of just one time you teach it to somebody and then they do it over and over and over and over again. You don't do it anymore. Yeah. So that's the beauty of having systems. Let's see. What else? Do you have a horror story of I don't know how long she's been in the job searching market, but I just thought it'd be fun. Do you have a horror story of someone who says this is going to be like this job, and then it turned out to be not so great? And in hindsight, you recognize the red flag now that looking back, what's the red flag? And
yeah, I do. It's funny because I knew these people in business, and they had invited me in to come and help them take their company to the next level. And I got in there, and it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. And so I did see a few little red flags, lack of communication. There wasn't enough communication. And I think that was the big thing. And I kept asking, well, let's see, now we're here. Where's our little task? And the task never came up. So a lot of important things that I find are written on paper. It doesn't matter how it's on. We have a lot of notes, but being able to check something off so you're on the right path. There was no path. The path was kind of all over the place. So that was important. And looking back, I was I think we should have had a bigger plan, and so we could have marched forward. But that was a horror story because I got stuck in a situation where every morning I was like, what am I doing here? How did I get here? How did this happen? And I should have said something sooner, but I really wanted to make it work. So then I ended up here. This was my next trip, so it was really a good fit. So yeah.
So a lot of times you will see that. I've seen assistants that I've hired, whether it was virtual or not, who've wanted to be so gung-ho about coming on that they didn't express concerns or didn't express some of the questions and things they had ahead of time. And then 3 or 4 months later, it was like a broken system and it just didn't fit. And not that it wasn't my fault too, but it was because they didn't express themselves enough in the beginning. Some people think they're going to lose the job or miss out on something because they're not expressing. So encourage your people that you're talking to express any concern, any question, be really open.
Yeah, communication was huge. I mean, every day I would say, how's everything going? Are we doing good? And it was like, yes. I'm like,
No.
No,
No, it's not.
I was like, even just an email, I would email, how is everything going? I hope everything's great. Oh, everything's great. I'm like, why am I still sitting here?
All right, so I have that free checklist for you in case you missed it last week. It's katrinasawa.com/delegating checklist. And there's a big, long checklist of things that you might need to delegate now. Some things might be later down the line for you, depending on where you're at in your business. katrinasawa.com/delegating checklist. And if you have any questions or want to come talk to me and Molly, you know where to find us.
Right here.
Go to askkat.biz, askkat.biz, and we can schedule a phone call and talk about this as well as everything else that helps you jumpstart your business. Have a great day, everyone.